Several things can be pointed to that inhibit good communication on intercultural teams. First can be you're reacting negatively to cultural habits of the other person. And I found missionaries are quick to label things as sin that are really conversational patterns or their ways of communicating. In Asian culture, for example, it can be very impolite to say no to somebody's face. And so we had a Chinese student who ate dinner at an American's house, and she told us this in class one day. She said, they asked me if I wanted more chicken. I had finished my plate, and I said yes, and then they gave me more. And she was surprised that they gave her more. But when they asked the question, do you want more, her Chineseness meant she could never say no to them because it means she's being a bad guest. And they didn't understand that she was leaving a little bit of food on her plate, so she was communicating to them in a Chinese way that she had had enough. But as Americans, they didn't see that message. And we can get stuck in those type of patterns. And when she was talking about this, then an American student piped up and said, well, why did you lie? Because to the American student, that's simply a lie. You don't want more, you say no. To the Chinese student, to say no, you make your host lose face. And that's worse than telling a verbal untruth. Well, you're still communicating by what's left on your plate, what the truth is about what you're trying to convey. And so getting stuck in these stereotypes, getting stuck in these negative perspectives and thinking that this person's a liar, they never come on time, I can't trust them. I had a Kenyan tell me once, I said, if you invited me for dinner at your house and you said 6 o'clock, or I told you, come to my house at 6 for dinner, and you wanted to show me that we were friends, what time would you come? He said, I'd come a little bit late. I said, well, what time is that? He said, 7 o'clock. So to him, an hour late conveyed friendship. Well, you can imagine to me as an American what that would convey. I would never ask him over to dinner again, and the friendship is gone at that point in time. And if he shows up an hour late and dinner, I've eaten it. It's not a case of where I'm still waiting for him to come, and he shows up at 7 without an excuse. Because for a Kenyan, he wouldn't need an excuse because he's demonstrating we're not tied to a clock. Our relationship is so close, we don't need that. But you can see how that gets in the way of team dynamics and team communication. If somebody's always coming late to meetings, somebody is always saying yes, whether they mean it or not, those types of things make it really hard to adjust well in the cross-cultural setting as a team.